Hello everyone, welcome back again. Today we are going to be looking at sequence and series. Before we can start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also like our videos, and also click the notification button so that when another video is uploaded you'll be able to receive it. You will receive the message. So today we're going to be looking at sequence and series. Sequence and series. Now, sequence and series. But under sequence and series today we're going to be focusing on arithmetic sequence and arithmetic series. So we're going to be looking at arithmetic sequence and arithmetic series. So let's start with arithmetic sequence. What is arithmetic sequence? This is a sequence of numbers. It's a what? It's a sequence of numbers with a common difference. With a common difference between consecutive terms. This is what we call arithmetic sequence. Someone may be asking, what is a common difference? The common difference, this is important in arithmetic sequence. When we talk about this common difference, is denoted by letter D, and this is the what? Is the constant. It does not change. This one is the constant amount. The constant amount by which consecutive terms increase or decrease by. So if we're having arithmetic sequence, it's either it is increasing or it is decreasing. So therefore it has something that we call common difference that is found between the consecutive terms. So now we have this thing called general term. There is a general, let's say general formula or general term, or we call it what? Nth term, for which it is denoted is Tn is equal to a plus into n minus 1 d. This is the general term of arithmetic sequence. Now Tn stands for what? Tn stands for the general term, is the nth term. So, or we call this one is the last term. The last term of the sequence is Tn. So what about the A? A stands for what? A stands for the first term. The first what? Term in the sequence. And then N is number of terms. Number of terms in the sequence. Like I said, D stands for common difference. This is the common difference. See? In a what? In a arithmetic sequence. So this is the general form or the nth term. Now let's focus here. Why the first term is A? Now let's take our general term. Tn is equal to a plus into n minus 1 d. Alright, let's put 1 here. This we want to check term number 1. Where there is n, I'm going to replace with 1. It's going to be T1 is equal to a plus into 1 minus 1 d. So meaning that term number 1 is equal to a. 1 minus 1 is 0. Any number times by 0, it's 0. So meaning that that's why T1 is what? Is A. Let's go and check T2. Where there is n, we're going to replace by a 2. So we're going to have a plus into 2 minus 1 d. This is t2 is equal to a plus 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 times d, it gives us a d, meaning that term number 2 is a plus d. Alright, let's try term number 3. Where there is n, I'm replacing with a 3. So it's going to be a plus into 3 minus 1 d. Then we're going to have a plus 2d. So that's term number 3. Let's take the last one, term number 4. What are we having? A plus into 4 minus 1 into d. So meaning that term number 4 is a plus 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 times d is 3d. So meaning that you can notice something here. This is 2 minus 1, it gives me 1. 3 minus 1, it gives me a 2. 4 minus 1, it gives me a 3. So by looking, meaning that T10, what about T10? T10, it will be a plus 9d. This is how it is. So this is how we reached here at T1 is equal to a. T1 is equal to the first term. Let's check if we're having the example of arithmetic sequence here. I prepared something here. We're having our arithmetic sequence. Example number 1. Now, what are we having? Consider the following arithmetic sequence and answer the questions below. We are having 3, 7, 11, and then the last term we're having 39. The first question is determine the next two terms. What are the next two terms? So we're going to write solution here. Before I can assist you to answer this question, you can just pause the video yourself there, and then you try. And then let's continue. We're having 3, 7, 11, and then the last one is 39. Alright, look at this one. What are we having here? The common difference is what? 4. What is the common difference here again? 4. So meaning that it's going to be 4 up until it reach what? 39. So meaning that when you add 4 here, you're going to get a 15. 4 here, you get your 19. So meaning that the answer for the first one is 15 and what? And 19. Now let's go to the second one. Determine the formula for the nth term of the sequence. So what is the formula for the nth term? So meaning that I have my a. Your a is what? It's 3. That's the first term. The difference, what is the difference? It's 4. That's the difference. So we're going to the formula. Tn is equal to a plus e to n minus 1 d. This is Tn. What is your a? 3 plus what about n minus 1? Our d is what? It's 4. Now after simplifying, we are going to get that the Tn, the nth term, is going to give us 4n minus 1 when you simplify all these things. Alright, let's go to the third question. Determine the 20th term. Term number 20. So we're going to say T20 is equal to, remember T20 is equal to a plus 19d. I hope you remember from the previous working that we were having. So what is your first term? It's 3 plus 19. What is your difference? The difference is what? It's 4. Or you come and replace it in the general term that we are having there, where there is n, we replace by 20 minus 1. What are we having here? Here we are going to have 70 what? 79. This is the answer. Again also here we are going to have what? 79. So these are the same thing. Now let's take the last question. How many terms are there How many terms are there in the sequence above? How many terms? So we're going to use the formula. Tn is equal to 4n minus 1. Where there is Tn, remember I said Tn is what? The last term. What is the last term on the sequence? Is what? 39. So meaning that we're going to replace here by 39. We're going to have 4n minus 1. Let's group the like terms. This one is going to give us a 40 is equal to 4n. See? And then what are we going to do? Divide both sides by a 4. What is the value of n? The value of n is 10. We have 10 terms in this sequence. So this is just a arithmetic sequence. Now let's proceed with the second example of arithmetic sequence. In an arithmetic sequence, the third term is minus 2. Remember, third term is T3. T3 is the same as A plus 2D. You see? Okay. And the eighth term is 23. Meaning that T8 is A plus 7D. See? Determine the first term and the common difference. So we are having this is our equation. Remember, this is equal to minus 2 and this equal to 23. This is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. Like I said, you can just try before I can assist you to answer it, but you can just look at it and try. Okay, what do we do here? We're going to apply simultaneous equation. We are going to apply simultaneous equation. So we're going to say equation number 2 subtract by equation number 1, because I see that this a and a can subtract each other. So we're going to have 7d, look here, 7a minus a, 0, 7d minus 2d, we are left with a what? 5d. Therefore 23 minus into minus 2, we are having a 25. Then you divide both sides by 5. The common difference is 5. That's the common difference. Now what about the first term? So let's take this 5 and replace where there's d. So we're going to have a plus 2 into 5 is equal to minus 2. A plus 10 is equal to minus 2. Therefore, we're going to have our what? Let's try to group them. We're going to have a is equal to minus 2 minus 10, where the value of a is minus 12. So this is the common difference and also the first term. The common difference and the first term. So these are the answers for example number 2. So now let's go to the third example. You can look at it before we answer it. The sum. Remember, what is the word sum? It means to add. We are adding. The sum of the first 3 terms of an arithmetic series is 33. See? Now I'm giving you a foretaste of arithmetic series before we go to arithmetic series. So this is a foretaste. Let's look at it. The sum of the first 3 terms of arithmetic series, meaning that, remember, the first term is a. See? And then the second term is a plus d. The third term is a plus 2d. We are told that the sum of the first 3 terms is equal to 33, meaning that you're going to say a plus d, this is t1, t2, t3, plus a plus 2d is equal to 33. This is what we are told. Let's add these things and see if like terms. A, we're going to have 3a plus 3d is equal to 33. You can see we have a common factor here, a 3. So it's a. We divide everything by 3. We're going to have a plus d is equal to 11. This is equation number 1. See? Now, we are going to the next step. The 6th term is 27. Remember T6. T6 is A plus 5D is equal to 27. This is equation number 2. See? Now we're going to use simultaneous equation. We're going to say equation number 2 subtract by equation number 1. A minus A, that's 0. 5D minus D is going to give us a 4D. Yeah, 27 minus 11, we're going to get a 16. Divide everything by a 4. What are you going to have? The value of D is 4. Now, determine the 10th term, meaning that we need a here. So we're going to take 4 and replace here. It's going to be A plus 4 is equal to 11, and then which is going to be A is equal to 7. The value of A is 7. So, but the question is determine the 10th term, T10. So T10 is A plus 9D. See? A plus 9D. What are we having? What is the value of A? It's 7. Plus 9 into what? 4. What are we having? We're having a 7 plus 36. So when we add, we're going to have 40 what? 43. You see? So this is how we answer the questions on arithmetic sequence. Now this is just a foretaste of series, as you can check the way we are adding terms. So let us go straight to arithmetic series. As you can see, before we can even attempt any question, the first thing that you must know that whenever I'm giving an example, I have to pause the video first and see and check if I can be able to answer it before I can be assisted. So now let's look at arithmetic series. Arithmetic series. The previous one was arithmetic sequence. Now, what is arithmetic sequence series? This series, which is arithmetic, it is formed when the terms in arithmetic sequence are added together. See, this is important. Is formed when the terms that are in arithmetic sequence are added together. So the series, we are adding the arithmetic sequence. So that is arithmetic what? Series. Now, it's when we are determining, or is when we are calculating the sum of a series, or when we are given a series, we can be able to get when we add all those terms, what is the value that they give you if you add them. Now let's look at it. We are talking about sum, which is to what? Which is to add. We are going to be adding the terms. Let's have an example. Let's say we are having 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, and what? The last one, 17. You see? So I'm going to give you this one again. Look at this one. This is 9, 11, we have a 13, we have a 15, we have a 17. Now, what are these two? What is the difference between these two? This is what we call a what? A sequence. This is what we call a what? A series. You see, it's the same. This is the sequence. This is arithmetic sequence. This is arithmetic what? Series. All have common difference. That's the difference between the two. So I'm going to focus on this one. So what is the sum of this number? What is the sum? So this is term number 1, term number 2, term number 3, term number 4, term number 5, term number 6, term number 7. We are having 7 terms in this arithmetic series. Now let me get the calculator. Then we add all this and see what will they what are they going to give us. 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17. The sum of these 7 numbers, you see, is 77. When we add all these numbers, I'm getting 77. You see? Now let's see something here. If I take these numbers, 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 17, you see, this is the sum of the first 7, this of the 7 terms. So the same series, if I rearrange it and I start with the bigger number, what am I going to have? I'm going to have 17 plus 15 plus 13 plus 11 plus 9 plus 7 plus 5. I just rearrange, starting, this is T1 up to T7. Now I'm starting with the T7 here, going back. See? Now, what happened here? If I add these two, what am I going to have? I'm going to have 2S7. You see? Now, adding this one, what are we having? 5 plus 17. 5 plus 17, this is 22. You see? 7 plus 15, this is 22. This one, 22. 11 plus 11, we get 22. 13 plus 9, I get 22. Again here, 22. We get what? 22. Now, what are we getting here? That means all this thing is going to give us what? 22, 22 up to what? Nth term. You see? Up to nth term. So meaning that I'm having 7 here, up to how many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 times what? 22. See? Now we divide here by 2. Divide here by 2. Therefore, what am I getting here? I'm going to get 7 times this one is going to give us 154. Divide by 2 is going to give us 77. You see? Meaning that you can be able to use this formula to find the sum of 7 terms. So now, these things, there must be a formula to reach where I am. Now, as you know about arithmetic sequence, so let's get a way to prove how to find a formula to calculate this thing without having any headache. Now let me get a space here. Yeah, let's get this one as our space. Proving the arithmetic series formula. Okay, where does it start? Remember, the first term, it's A. The second term, A plus D. The third term, A plus 2D. Up to going forward. Going forward, we are going to get our A plus into n minus 1D. Remember, I told you about the last term. That's the last term. See? Now, we are talking about arithmetic series. When we are looking at arithmetic series, we are going to prove the sum to n terms. The sum to n terms. Meaning that the sum, it will be this way. We are starting with our proof. See? Proof, it's A, the first term, the second term, A plus D, you see? And then this one, it will be plus a plus 2d plus, continue. Remember here I'm starting from t1, t2, t3. Now they are continuing, they are increasing. This is a plus into n minus 1, okay, minus 2d plus a plus into n minus 1d. You might be asking why minus 2? The terms are increasing, t1, t2, t3. This one, it's another term. After this term, we're having the minus 2 with minus 1. You see, it's increasing. Now, this is the step number 1. Step number 2, I'm going to start from this side, just copying, like we did with the previous example. You see, here we started from 5, going, the terms are increasing. Now start from 17 here, going back up to what? Up to 5. So this is, I'm going to start here. So it's going to give me Sn is equal to a plus into n minus 1d plus a plus into n minus 2d plus like that up until you're going to have your a plus d plus a, like that, up to the first one. So remember what we did back there? We were adding. See, you add these two, it give you, these ones must be the same, all of them. So let's look at here. This plus this is going to give us 2. Sn is equal to a plus a. This is 2a. Oh, sorry, this is the term, and we are adding also this term. This one is going to be plus into n minus 1d. We're adding the first terms. You see, this one and this one. Plus, we're adding this one and this one. So this one is 2a plus, you are having a d. If you simplify here, if you say this time is this, it's going to give you minus 2d. You see, this one, it will be plus d and give you minus d. So this one give you the same thing as the one on top. So just like that, like that. So since here, you remember it gives you 22, 22, 22, and you're having this. What did we do here? Up to the nth term. How many terms you were having there? There were 7. That's why you multiplied by 7. But this time, you're not told up to the what? Nth term. That side up to 7th term. You multiplied by 7. Here, you're going to multiply by what? By n. So it's going to be 2 Sn is equal to n into 2a plus n minus 1d. See, divide both sides by 2 like we did back there. Then we're going to have Sn is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus into n minus 1d. See, this is the formula to calculate the sum of arithmetic series. See, and we have another one. Remember, the last term is what? Is the same as a into n minus 1d. See? So meaning that another one, we are going to replace an is equal to n into over 2 into, if I split here, this 2 is going to be, we're going to have a plus into n minus, sorry, we're going to have a plus into n minus 1d. See, meaning that this is this one, this is a plus, this is tn. You remember I said tn is the last term, l, so meaning that this is the formula for the sum. We have 2 of them. We have this one and this one. You just choose the one you want to use. If you're having number of term, a and the last term, you can use this one. Number of terms, first term and different, you can use this one. So let's go to the example. I think we're having some, yeah, here are the example, the last examples. These are the last 2 examples of our lesson. Determine the sum of the following series. See, here we have 2 formulas for the sum. When you check here, you have the value of a, which is the first term, is 5. D, we know d. What is the different here? 7. 7 is the different. But we don't have number of terms. How do we find the number of terms? This is the last term and is the same. This is the last term and is the same as Tn. You remember? So meaning that we are going to say Tn is equal to a plus into n minus 1 d. Where there's Tn, I'm going to put the last term. 54 is equal to 5 plus into n minus 1. What is the different? 7. Let's simplify this. What are we having? 54 is equal to 5 plus 7n minus 7. See? Now, what are we having here? We're having 54 is equal to 7n minus 2. When you take 2 to harm this side, what are we going to have? Let's get our calculators. Then we're having 56 divided by 7. The value of n is 8. See? So now with this, you can use the formula you want. Let me start with this one. Sn is equal to n over 2 into a plus l. What is your n? It's 8. 8 over 2. What is your a? 5 plus the last term is 54. See? Then another one. Let's use that other formula here. Let me just start it here. Sn is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus into n minus 1 what? D. Then what is your n? It's 8 over 2. You see? Then we're having 2 into what is your a? We're having a 5 plus into 8 minus 1. And then the different is 7. So these are the two formulas. You can press your calculator there. If you press your calculator, what are we having here? We are going to have the sum, which is going to give us 236. And then what about this side? 236. So this is how you calculate the sum of the arithmetic sequence. This is arithmetic series. You choose the formula you want to use and then you'll be able to use it. Now, in an arithmetic sequence, T1, this is the last example, example 5. In an arithmetic sequence, T2 is 1, T7 is 16. Determine the sum of the first 20 terms. You see? Here, the first 20 terms. We are having the formula to calculate the sum. Now we're told that a plus d is equal to 1. And this is the T2. See? What about T7? Here we are mixing series and sequence. Then T7, a plus 6d is equal to 16. See? Remember, for you to calculate the sum, you need the first term, number of terms, and also the what? The difference. See? Number of terms we have is 20 over 2, but we don't know the first term. That's why we have to calculate the first term and the difference using the information that we are given. Now, this is equation 1, equation 2. Equation 2 minus equation 1. So this is 5d is equal to 15. Divide everything by 5. What are you having? Your d is 3. Take this 3 and replace there. A plus 3 is equal to 1. Therefore, a is equal to minus 2. See? Now let's replace. 2 into minus 2 plus 20 minus 1. And then the different, we are having a 3. You see? Now you can take your calculators, then you press. So you are going to have a 10 here into minus 4. Here you're going to have you can take your calculators and press 19 minus 3 times 3. This is plus 57. And then, okay, let's get the final answer. This one is going to give us, if you can check here, 53 times 10, it will be 5 what? 530. If let's just confirm, minus 4 plus 57, that's 530. So that's how you deal with arithmetic sequence and arithmetic series. You can go through your books, refer to these notes. It will be easy for you to understand what is happening. The next video I'm going to be uploading, it will be about geometric sequence and series. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and like our video. Until we meet again. Thank you.